Greetings everybody, it is Ice Water King, and today I bring to you my videos, thoughts about Ready or Not and how it used to be Call of Duty. Now, before I begin, this was originally going to be Ready or Not, and it used to be Call of Duty and Battlefield, but seeing the Battlefield 6 beta and the direction that EA is hopefully going in, I decided to scrap it out and say that Call of Duty storytelling used to be on par with Ready or Not, but obviously Call of Duty has strayed away from that, of course, because obviously you have the ridiculous skins such as Nicki Minaj.
Oh, but when Nicki drops in.
So without further ado, I think we should begin by, stating what I think. Fundamentally, Ready or Not and Call of Duty function very differently. And that is because Ready or Not basically functions like Rainbow Six. No, not Rainbow Six Siege. And obviously Rainbow Six is not safe from this harassment at all. But I think Rainbow Six Siege has fallen into what I'm going to consider the CoD syndrome, even though they've been doing this way before CoD. And that is the ridiculous cosmetics and ridiculous collaborations in a military sim game. Now, Ready or Not is not a military sim, it's a SWAT simulator, but it's fundamentally the difference. You shoot bad guys, save good guys. Or is it that plain and simple? A lot of us COD players that used to say the golden era of COD, we were most likely squeakers or, adults. So most of us are from a range of probably 20 to 30 years old now. Holy shit, I feel old. But I digress. So a lot of the newer people coming into COD, see Call of Duty as this wacky Warzone collab with this funny skin game, but I'm going to put you young ones on a bit of memory lane here. And that Call of Duty used to be something more. Call of Duty first came out in 2003 and paid homage to those who served in World War II, those who have sacrificed their freedom so that we can have ours, and debate on whether people are buying Black Ops 6 or 7 or playing Battlefield 6. Now, you can love both games, but obviously, Battlefield 6 is just honestly going to be a more popular choice, because it's crazy to think of what listening to gamers want. Not big streamers, gamers, casual people, considering they make up the majority of the player base. Now, Call of Duty was never really known for its storytelling from the first three until Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare back in 2007. And this is where the franchise took a shift into being having a really amazing campaign and an amazing multiplayer. And World at War was also the same. And World at War is kind of going to be our main point in comparing Call of Duty to what Ready or Not is. Obviously, the last COD game, in my opinion, to truly have this level of storytelling is Black Ops 2. Because, Black Ops 2 was the last time that people actually gave a shit about COD. And after that, it's just been a shit show for a while. Obviously, there has been good CODs between COD Ghosts and 2019. But this is not what this video is about. Now, you might be wondering what I mean by storytelling. See, with Ready or Not storytelling, it doesn't tell you directly about it. As Actman has stated multiple times in his videos, show, don't tell. And a lot of his Call of Duty, why Call of Duty is blank videos, he has stated multiple times how newer Call of Duties have always been this tell and show, while older COD games used to be show and not tell. Take in point case the No Russian mission. Now, I want to say, if any of this point of this video makes you uncomfortable at all, please please stop watching. I'm not forcing you, so watch at your own risk. But No Russian was probably the first time that Call of Duty has actually made a lot of people uncomfortable, besides World at War.
Remember, no Russian.
Oh no!
Now, what does No Russian Mission do? No Russian takes place in a fictional airport, the Imir Zakhaev International Airport, and it features you and the main protagonist basically committing a terrorist attack in an airport where you unalive multiple civilians. And obviously, you can choose not to, but almost every clip you see of people playing it, people are just instinctively going to just to do it, and that's what a lot of us did. And it was almost exactly like the nuke scene from Call of Duty, and it's really shocking, and it really puts through perspective of what war can actually be like, or what real world events be like. And World at War, it's no different. It's probably again, I'm probably going to sound a broken record for the second time, but it is probably the closest to Ready or Not of being environmental storytelling. And World at War, if you pay attention and you look around, you will notice, specifically on the Russian side, that there are atrocities happening both on the Allied side and the Axis side. Nobody is the good guy. It's all about war. And just the atmosphere of it is perfectly toned, just like Ready or Not. Now we're going to throw in Ready or Not right now. So Ready or Not is obviously a SWAT simulator. And your objective is to be the police officer bringing chaos to that. And, you want the ideal situation. Save everybody, make sure nobody gets hurt. But obviously we all know, me and you, dear viewers, know that Ready or Not shows us the absolute atrocities of what humanity is capable of. Case in point with Valley of the Dolls, probably the most infamous mission where everybody, instinctively agrees that everybody's guilty. And it's one of the missions that first made my buddy's stomach turn. And it's really truly one of the most disturbing missions. See, the environmental storytelling, it really gets to you if you look for the right details. And obviously there's a lot of videos breaking down the details. But the short case and story point of this is that it's a guy who does adult films. Like Johnny Sins, but, we all know that guy is, probably one of the most wholesome people ever. Right? And he obviously is a normal human being. He does not do CP. Or, it's crazy. And so this guy is implied that this guy has done some pretty heinous acts. Obviously, his wife, when they first married and started doing adult filming together, underaged. He's been grabbing kids and putting them in their basement and doing God knows who knows what down there. And obviously, he's been destroying evidence, if you pay really close attention. And there's one part that I overlooked until I was recently replaying it to get the clips for this. And there's a part down there where there is barrels. Concrete and stuff trying to bury it underground. And at first, you don't notice anything about it until you notice the flies. And all the victims of this guy, the main guy that you're going for, AV, has been trying to, hid the bodies of the children in there. Obviously, this is all fictional. YouTube, please don't. This is all fictional, okay? But put it down there. Obviously, it's an atrocity that this stuff like this does truly happen, and that's where Ready or Not really shines, is showing you how uncomfortably real these situations can be. Now, granted, everyone's safe, everyone's good, I'm hoping, but it's just the sad reality that this can happen, both warfare and in police work. And that's where Call of Duty used to be. And now Call of Duty is a former shell of itself, and it seems like Battlefield is going to be the next milsim shooter that's going to be, at top again. And I just want to point out how, Ready or Not and older Call of Duties actually made me respect those that actually try to do good in humanity. Am I saying that I want Call of Duty to go back to that uncomfortable realism that it once had? Kind of. Because that's where Call of Duty, shined, was, mixing in what-if scenarios with realism. Case in point with Black Ops 1. You had Alex Mason being in the CIA and the conspiracy that maybe he was the one who, shot JFK. Or World at War, where war is kind of not great for everybody, considering World War II was probably one of the deadliest conflicts of all time. Now, am I saying, do I want Call of Duty to glorify these wars? No, not at all. I want Call of Duty to go back to what it used to be. A grounded single player that didn't have you tripping your balls off all the time, with like in Black Ops 6, and to just stop collaborating with stupid skins and to take back what it once had. But that's it. That's going to be it for today's video. If you like what you see, consider subscribing. Make sure to follow me on Twitch so that you know when I go live next. Make sure to join the Discord so that you can be a part of the amazing community of the Sweater Kingdom, or if you would like to enter yourself in the sweater contest. But that's it for today, folks. Peace, Kingdom.